Hey everyone, what's up? The sun.
That's what I said. Hey, Jenna. What's up? The sun.
I wanted to talk a little bit about my relationships or lack thereof because I have never been in a relationship before. And it's starting to get to me, I think. Okay, so I remember when I was little, my mom told me not to talk to boys, and so I didn't. And then this one boy in kindergarten took me, and we were like hiding. I don't remember why, maybe it was a game or something, but he took me and we hid underneath a table. And underneath this table, he tried to kiss me. And little me ran away from him. But yeah, so when I was little, I didn't really allow myself to have a crush on anyone, and I never did for like the longest time. And so romance and relationships wasn't really anything that I was thinking of. And that was like up until 9th grade. So for the longest time, that sort of aspect of my life wasn't at all anything that I was thinking about. But then 9th grade happened, and I started talking to this one boy, and that was the first time that I hung out with a boy outside of school. Yeah. Problem though, I remember I got in trouble for this. I went to his house, and you shouldn't go to someone's house that you don't know. But luckily for me, it wasn't anything that bad. We just hung out. But yeah, I remember I got in trouble because my parents found out. And I then stopped hanging out with the boys because I got scared because I didn't want my parents to be mad at me. But yeah, so in 9th grade, I did get a lot of offers from people. Not from people, like a lot of them were online, but there were a few from people that I knew in real life. But they weren't really my type, and also I was uncomfortable with having someone because my mom wasn't really okay with that, and so I didn't want to like bring up a home I didn't want to bring home a boy and just like be like, hey. And so I rejected all of the boys that asked me out. But then high school started, and you know what happens in high school? Nothing, because I never had a boyfriend. But some stuff happened. So because in high school here we have 3 years. So your first year, second year, and last, and then you graduate. So first year of high school. And I remember sitting in our cafeteria with my two friends, my two besties, and we were talking about boys. And all of a sudden I was like, hey, I can have crushes on people, that's okay. And so then I looked around me in the cafeteria and I found this one boy. And I said, yes, this is gonna be my school crush. And this guy looked like JJ from Outer Banks. So we called him JJ. And so this was my real first crush on someone. And obviously I'm out here every day looking for him and talking about JJ all the time, this boy don't know who I am. It was really fun to have a school crush, and it really helped me get through the first year. One day I talked about this guy to a friend, because my friend group, we're a lot of people in my friend group. So I'm like, yeah, I really like this guy. His name is JJ, or we call him that. I don't know his name. But then she said, oh, I know someone who might know his friend. And so she asks that girl that knows his friend, that hangs out with him in school. And so now his friend knows that someone has asked for JJ's real name. And my dumb ass decides to follow him on Instagram. And so, you know, obviously put two and two together, you can figure out who asked for your name. And it was me. This was sort of the first time that I took the initiative to talk to a boy. And we actually started texting each other on Instagram. And we text each other for weeks. We never spoke to each other in real life. Because he then decided to quit school, so whatever. We never spoke in real life, and you know, it never led to anything. So, but you know, him and his friend knew who I was now, so they would look at me in school and it would be really awkward. At the end of first year of high school, I start texting this guy online. And I go on my first date. I think it was in May that I went. No, it was in April, 29th of April, 2023. Yeah, it was 29th of April 2023. That was when I went on my very first date and I got my very first kiss. I remember I was so excited. I dressed up all real nice. But the boy, I don't know, like, he was just like a bit too much for me. I think I did go on a second date with him at the end of that summer. But yeah, no, he was just a little bit too much, and I don't like boys who are too, you know, on you like that. So yeah, then I never really spoke to this boy. So that didn't work out. So now we have two boys. Out of the way, they did not work out. And so then second year of high school starts. And the crush from my first year, he's not here anymore. So who am I supposed to have a crush on? Weeks go by, and then I spot this one boy. Now he was in third year, so I was in second year and he was in third year. And this boy was so cute, literally so cute, and we called him Lemon. I might be delusional when I say this, but I think he liked me back. I think so, because I'm not delusional. He did look at me a lot. Like, we made eye contact a lot. I also found out his real name and tried to add him on Instagram, and he never added me back, and I did that like 4 times. So I think it's clear to say that he never liked me. So yeah, all throughout second year I had a crush on this guy, and I don't even think he knows who I am. And yeah, First year, I get asked out by no one. Second year, I get asked out by no one. Yeah. Lemon Boy graduates. Who am I supposed to have a crush on now? Literally. My senior year, my last year of high school. JJ is gone. Lemon Boy is gone. Who am I supposed to have a crush on now? You know, Lemon Boy was so cute to me. Like, literally so cute. See, I don't even think Lemon Boy knows that he is Lemon Boy, or that JJ knows that he is JJ. And I don't think they will ever find this video and realize that. That's why I'm making this video, because it's fun to talk about, and I don't think that they will ever find it. Last year of high school, I'm sad because who am I supposed to, have a crush on? That's like one of the motivators to get you through school. That's when I kind of start to like this one boy that was in one of my classes. We didn't talk much. We spoke once to each other, and all throughout this, again, I might be I might be a delusional, and very delusional, but I did always think that he had a crush on me. But I think I'm delusional. But yeah, this third guy, I didn't even give him a name or anything. Like, it was very short term. It was a short-term crush. Like, he was acting too nonchalant, like way too nonchalant, and I can't with nonchalant guys. Like, I hate that so much. Give me a chalant one, please, like a silly one, please, a funny one. And this guy was just very nonchalant, and so I did not like that. For the rest of senior year, I didn't really talk to anyone or sort of, like have a crush on anyone, because I was struggling a lot with my mental health and stress and a lot of things. So I didn't really have time to talk to anyone. I did have like a brief situationship with this random guy that came up to me while I was waiting for my train at the train station, and I remember he sat next to me, and I'm just like, he was staring at me, and then all of a sudden he asks if I have a charger, and of course I have a charger. I say, oh, sorry, I don't have a charger. And then he starts asking me all these questions, and I just answer. And then we did exchange Snapchat. And we did talk for a little bit, but yeah, didn't lead to anything. Do you want to know the craziest thing about all of these people? How many people? 9th grade guy, first date guy, JJ, Lemon Boy, no, Lemon Boy, 3rd year, whatever, train guy. 6 people. You want to know the craziest thing about these people? Every single one starts with an A. Every single one. Their name starts with an A. And I think, you want to know what I think? I think it's because of Jasmine and Aladdin. I think I've been cursed with this thing, with the Jasmine and Aladdin thing. Call us Jaladin.
It's Jasmine and Aladdin.
Call us Jaladin.
So at the end of senior year, I do start to talk to this one guy. It wasn't even on purpose that I started talking to this guy. We were at a bar and I had been drinking a little bit. And so I was waiting to use the bathroom. And so me and this one guy, we were just standing there completely awkward. And so I decided to talk because, you know, I don't want to be all awkward like that and not speak. And so I say something. And then we talk for like 2 minutes because I was waiting for my friend. She was in the bathroom. And when I tell you, it was the most awkward conversation that I've ever had with someone before. Like the most awkward conversation. But he did tell me afterwards that like it was because he wasn't prepared for me to talk to him. As I said, he wasn't really my type. He did some stuff that like I just didn't like. Like for instance, he would always make sure that his friends were watching, and I don't like that. Thank you for watching this little video. And you know, I hope you enjoyed me rambling, talking about my crushes. And you know, the fact that I've never been in a relationship. Okay, bye.